What's good? Mobby Nerd here, but you already knew that, probably. The algorithm brought you here. Hello, and welcome to my channel. Today, I want to do something that's a little bit more laid back, just to ease us into the new year before I get to my usual stuff. I want to talk about food. More specifically, restaurant chains that are available in the US that are also surprisingly in Japan, and how they hold up. Now, I didn't eat it a lot because I ain't no normie. I wanted to try food in places that I couldn't normally get in the States, but I did get a little curious to see how some normal places that I would eat at here stack up there. Let's just start with the easy one, McDonald's. Alright, look, McDonald's in Japan is clean and pretty cool. I went to the one located at the Tokyo Skytree Mall, and it was McDonald's. I don't know what's else to say. It was McDonald's, or as I like to call it, McDonald's. Japan could not make McDonald's good. Now, I know I'm saying this completely biased. I don't like McDonald's. I have never liked McDonald's. But I tried the teriyaki chicken burger at the McDonald's in Japan, and it was okay. I took one bite, and I was like, ba-da-ba-ba-ba, it's mid. It's just alright. It's not great, but it's not awful. It's just okay. And that's just how I feel about McDonald's in general, if I'm being completely honest. Maybe that's a hot take, but I digress. McDonald's in Japan, it was okay. Side note, when McDonald's closes in Japan, they play this somber music as the announcer tells you to get out of the store, we're closing. I just wanted to point that out. I thought that was interesting, and I've never seen anyone else talk about that in any video. Moving up the list, let's talk about Denny's. This one surprised me. Yes, there is a Denny's in Japan. Multiple, probably. I got to eat it with my homeboy Snuggle Chew on YouTube. There's his channel right there. He should upload more videos. In Denny's in Japan, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I have some actual thoughts about this. I wish I recorded more. I got a parfait and pancakes. And I wanted seconds. Hell, I wanted thirds. The portion sizes are definitely smaller than Denny's in the States. There is no question about that. However, the quality of food, call me a traitor, but I feel like Denny's in Japan just was on another level than Denny's in the States. Side note, they had this huge menu, which I feel like might have been just like a seasonal menu. Like there's no way all these options could have been in that kitchen. There's no way. Or I feel sorry for the chef. But the sheer size of the menu blew me away. And ordering on tablets, pretty fancy for a Denny's. I gotta admit, pretty fancy for a Denny's. You use a tablet or you have a paper menu. You type your order, press the little button on your table, and your food is coming your way. I like that quite a bit. Denny's in the States, at least the one I'm used to, you have to wait a little bit for your food. Good luck. The service is kind of subpar there, so it's a little bit different. The other difference with Denny's in Japan versus Denny's in the States is you got to refill your own drink. Now, that's just restaurants in general. I kind of noticed that's a trend for some restaurants in Japan. There aren't many places that offer free refills. And the places that do, you go to the fountain yourself and you fill it up. Denny's in Japan, pretty good. Pretty good. Gets my seal of approval for whatever that's worth. Definitely check that out if you're down there. If you want to eat at a Japanese restaurant for whatever reason in Japan, then Denny's has got you covered. They have some sweet parfaits. Look at these pictures. Look at this food. One major point that I have to give Denny's in Japan is that when you order an item, it looks like the picture. No one's talking about this, but when you order the food at Denny's in Japan, what you get looks like the picture. Look at this picture. Look at that. That's what it looked like. That's my food that's on my table right now. That's not a stock photo. That's the food. 7-Eleven. Here's a drinking game for you. Take a shot every time you watch a video about travel to Japan and they talk about 7-Eleven. Although, having gone now, I can kind of understand why so many people talk about 7-Eleven in Japan, because it is interesting. 7-Eleven, Lawson, Family Mart, these are like the three pillars of balling on a budget when you're traveling to Japan, because you can just find all sorts of food in there at very reasonable prices. And I just gotta ask myself, is this healthy? Is this good for you? What's the catch? I got whole meals at 7-Eleven, but what's the catch? Is this actually bad for you? How do they do it? There's a lot of stuff in there. There's a whole bakery, a lot of snacks. A 7-Eleven. Pretty good. I can't believe I'm saying this. 7-Eleven, viable option to survive when you want to eat a quick snack. Should you eat it every day? I honestly don't think you should. I still feel like there has to be a catch there. It can't be good for you. But it's good for your wallet. And that's all that matters. 7-Eleven? Pretty good. Okay, here's a fun one. Kuro Sushi. Now, I got to go to a Kuro Sushi for the first time in the States, and it was a fun experience. The restaurant definitely just screamed like Japan. It felt like I was walking into a Japanese conveyor belt sushi restaurant. It was pretty nice, aside from the fact that it was incredibly crowded, and we were seated at the back, and all the good stuff was already gone before it got to us. Thankfully, you can just manually order stuff, but kind of killed the experience of just grabbing stuff off of the plate and putting it on your table, you know? But I digress. Kuro Sushi was very fun and kind of gotchified in the States. It was very interesting to see. How does it stack up to the original OG location in Japan? How do I put this? It's pretty big. We had quite the time trying to get to our seat. The system for being seated is a little bit hard if you don't know Japanese. Thankfully, there's lots of people there who can help you. But once you're seated, pretty good experience. How do they stack? I would honestly say they're about even. I enjoyed Kuro Sushi in Japan a little bit more, obviously, simply because it was more spaced out. The seating seemed a lot more private, you know, a little more closed off, a little more personal. It was still gotchified, but in a very different way. Whereas the Kuro Sushi in America, everything's at your table. The gacha machines are at every seat. And after so many plates, you can get a gachapon. At Kuro Sushi, you kind of get a high score, a ticket, you put it in the machine, and you can try a really big gachapon machine that is very cool looking. Snugglechew broke the machine, and a staff member made us use the other side after trying to fix it 3 times. I guess he just has that luck when it comes to gachapon. But yeah, Kuro Sushi. Pretty good in both places. Alright, this last one. Ichiran. Look, I'm gonna butcher this. My friend Snugglechew took me to this place, and I recognized the package. So, if you didn't know, it's a brand of instant ramen that you can buy at any grocery store in America. But this is the restaurant that brand is based off of. Now, this place was an experience. It felt like going to a traditional ramen shop in Japan. You walk up to a kiosk, punch in your order, print off your tickets, and then you wait to be seated. But now, if Kuro Sushi was a private eating experience, this is like that on steroids. The booths are completely enclosed. Each of your seats are very secluded. You don't even see waitstaff. There's a little window where they slide your food in, and the most you'll see is someone's arm. You have little wooden planks that have special messages written on it for different things you want to say, like if you want more food, if someone nearby is being too loud, if you don't understand the menu. This place, for experience alone, definitely ranks pretty high for me. See, because I need this for literally every restaurant I've walked into so far. I don't know the ordering process.
Just take that with you.
It's just missing. I need a bottle. Would I eat here again? Hell yeah. I like my privacy. I'm a shy person, okay? I don't like having to socially interact with people when I don't have to. That was the restaurant for me. I wish more restaurants were like that. Even going to our seat felt like a little mini journey, going through these narrow hallways, seeing these booths with these curtains drawn about. It was nice. There's a little place you can hang up your coat. I can see why that place was popping. Experience alone really made it rank high for me. I don't have a restaurant to compare it to in the States because it's just a instant noodle brand. It'd be like eating at Maruchan. Does that exist? I'm wearing that right now. Look, all I'm saying is it was pretty good. But anyways, that's the video. Doing something a little different, a little short, sweet, fun. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up if you made it this far. I mean, you watched it this far, right? Hopefully you found this video entertaining, or at the very least, a little interesting. Thanks for watching. I'm Mobby Nerd, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye. Shine.